Try again. My fault, my fault. It wasn't the best start of a run anyways, so hopefully this will be a bit of a better start. That's true, Ags. I'd say if my bomb count is sitting around 25, 24, 23, I think that's a pretty safe number for the rest of the run. At least with the pace I'm trying to go for, I think it's a pretty safe value. I think it's only if I'm like stupidly low or something, then I'll go for it. Like if I'm below 20, for example, then I'd say it's worth farming. It is a 20-second time save, exactly. So, if we're under 20 bombs, we'll farm. Any other value, I think we can just keep going. I don't know how many bombs we need for the rest of the run, but I think 20 should be... I think even at 20, I'll farm, but anything above 20, I think we can risk. Well, at least we're gonna run past SRM. At least, like, that first run we got past SRM. Let's try again. Mrs. Meek is happy I got her some pumpkins. Well, I made her some pumpkin soup. Actually, I'm gonna get a bowl. I'm hungry. Oh, we made it! You don't have to climb the stairs if you don't grind the statues. Oh, that's true, yeah. I can't remember which part I have to climb. Should learn it. I know where it is. Made some pumpkin soup earlier, and barely Retronica. Barely. I could hear the text as I was trying to find a spoon. Shit. I'm like, oh, I got it. Homemade pumpkin soup. Amazing. So easy as well, guys. Pumpkin soup is like probably one of the easiest things to make, in my opinion. What I do is I get an onion and garlic, chop them up, chuck them in the pan for a bit, saute them, add a bit of brown sugar to like caramelize the onions. Gives a really, really nice flavor. I personally chop up some carrots as well, put them in the pan. Then I add salt, pepper, and I just add salt, yeah. Salt, pepper, and like some chopped chives if you want, like really finely chopped chives. Like you usually get the dry ones. You know, I saute those. Then I add the pumpkin in. I generally like to steam the pumpkin beforehand because it makes it easy to cut. And I chuck it in the pan, you know, saute everything. Then I add the veggie stock. And then just let it sit for like 20 minutes. Basically, once the carrots are soft and the pumpkins are soft, you know it's ready. Yo, what's up, Retro? Good to see you again, man. And then I get a stick blender and then But once it comes to a boil, I'll add a tiny bit of milk and a tiny bit of butter. I don't add too much because too much of either of those things is not good for you. Add a tiny bit of milk and a tiny bit of butter just to give it a bit of like a creamy taste. Then I get a stick blender and it up. And then Then I let it come to the boil, and then I let it simmer. Then I add some nutmeg. Just for a bit of extra flavor. And that's homemade pumpkin soup. You don't have to go like that extravagant either. Like with pumpkin soup, you can literally just put all these ingredients into the pot right at the beginning, saute them if you want, and then add your stock after. Or you can just add everything in the stock and just let it come to the boil on its own, and then the stock will kind of absorb all those flavors. I need to try that next time, Aggie. I'll roast the pumpkin instead with like some garlic and thyme in there. Oh, if you live near me, Ken, I'd make you some pumpkin soup. I'd make you and your wife some pumpkin soup. Oh, it's the categories change so much, Retro. Holy shit. What Ken said, a new class of tricks called SRM got found. So it's basically just made it... Child Link is just all item generation. And then, Adult is just boss rush. Super risky. Ah, thanks, Shadow. I'd send you some pumpkin soup as well. What's in your mom's iron stew? Mrs. Mika likes the pumpkin soup I make too. They're super easy to make. You can keep them in the fridge for like almost a week. If you make a big batch, oh, they're so good for when you come home and you're... Especially me, I get really peckish real easily. But I don't want to snack on like biscuits or chips, so having something like fruit or like soup at home is just so good to fill you up whilst you, like, I wait while I cook my dinner. But I normally get home before Mrs. Mika, like when life was normal and I cook dinner. But I'd be like, okay, I need to have something, otherwise I'll be like starving by the time I get to dinner. Oh yeah, hell yeah. If I ever go to one of those and we happen to be at the same place, Ken, for sure. All I need is a pot, some veggie stock and some veggies and we're good. Oh, that pumpkin soup was good. I had a bowl earlier before I started stream, but I couldn't resist. I had to have another one. My mom likes the pumpkin soup I make for her. Like, I make the same one. The only reason I knew my mum liked pumpkin soup as well was because there used to be this all-you-can-eat buffet near my parents' place. It's since shut down. But like every time we used to go to the all-you-can-eat place, Mum would always get like a big bowl of pumpkin soup from that place. Oh hell yeah, Aggie! We'll find we'll work something out. Oh, it's the Keck W guy, Retronica. We cooking, Drav. If PAX goes ahead, we're cooking. I'm making you stuff. We're cooking with gas. You only got the Keck W emote, none of the other Kecks? Nah, just Keck W. 2-minute noodles in 5 minutes. Hell yeah. Well, that was a nice clip. That sounds real hearty, Shadow. That sounds like one of the best things to have on like a really cold day. With like some, like, you know, some bread or croutons. Or even just on its own. It sounds like it'd be like the best thing if you're like super cold. That was like just a gold. Oh, I need to change my splits such that every time I gold, it's like, for real? Party soups. I can make a really big potato and leek chunky type of soup as well. I know Mrs. Mika's dad likes that one when I make it for him. Like, it's a real hearty, chunky soup, but It's not like pumpkin soup where you kind of just have it on the side with something else. You can have it on its own, but that hearty soup I make him is like you're meant to have it. You're not meant to, but it's like you have it on its own, but it's so chunky. Oh dear gosh. That's the disadvantage with like really brothy soups, Kin. Yeah, they don't really fill you up as much. Like the thick, chunky, rustic soups, oh, they're amazing. For real? I don't know if we want to woo the Craigasm Doctor, the teacher who's a maid, or Kasumi, who's the not DLC, like the royal character. I think we're gonna go with Kasumi. Yeah, if you just add like a ton of veg into the broth, absolutely, Ags. Looks like I disconnected from my own chat room for a sec, because it says welcome to the chat room. I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks, Twitch. Glad to be a part of my own chat room. Egg drop, ooh. Sounds yum there. I haven't encountered Haru or Futaba in my playthrough yet, kid. It's basically just, long story short, it's like actor abuse, Retronica. And the in-game functions that point to those actors loading, we kind of just overwrite such that it gives us items instead. That's like the really, really hand-wavy explanation. But the butterfly is the actor that we're abusing here. And using that to give us the items we need. Used to chuck beef along, but that has since been removed. Yeah? Your mum just didn't want the beef anymore, or made it too chunky? 2 text boxes. Okay. Yeah, Retro. They've got an item chain already in Hundo. Kinda makes me want to try Hundo again at some point. Despite how long it is. Wouldn't mind doing like Hundo on weekends or some shit. Or doing runs on boot. World record at the moment, I think, is like 342 Shadow. It's long. But to be fair, glitchless is longer. So let's see. ESS turn. Nope, nothing. Could someone generate the WR command for Hundo, please? I can't remember the exact world record. I knew it, yeah. See? I know my records here or there. I'll chuck a pause there so we don't have to get these extra items. 15 seconds. I had some screwy. What is it? Equip swaps. Yeah, I made sure to grind that into my muscle memory. You must be thinking of title file SRM. Shadow. Thanks, kid. Yeah, that one went really well. And I did an extra step getting extra chews after what happened last time where I ran out of chews. Yeah, so as Aggie said, SRM can't be used with every category. It's like categories like GSR, MST, and Glitchless ban it. Any category that bans item manipulation bans SRM by default. And now the community is kind of just in a vote of what type of how. Basically, the community is kind of voting on two things now. A, how do we want categories to be split based on SRM or not? So having like all dungeons, no SRM, and just all dungeons, assuming SRM. And how far we want the SRM to go, because the SRM it changes. There's like 4 different tiers. Excuse me. There's like 4 different tiers of SRM as far as we know. Let me find the document for you guys. It kind of explains it all. Yeah, you still need to get the highest upgrade from its original source. So you can get like Bomb Bag 20 and from SRM, but then you then do whatever it is to get Bomb Bag 40. So, hang on. This is the Google Doc that explains the levels of SRM and Ace. Someone a couple of days ago said SRM equals Ace. I'm like, no, don't say that, because that's not true. A form of SRM can lead to Ace, but it's not. SRM does not equal Ace. That's like saying maths. That's like saying physics just equals maths. Like, no, it's a completely wrong inequality, and I hate it when people get shit like that wrong. that document kind of lists like the forms of the levels of SRM. So this stuff that I'm doing with Butterfly SRM, this is considered level 2, function pointer manip. Title file SRM is considered a partial function call. Whereas level 5 is Ace. We haven't found any instances of return object-oriented programming yet. But they're putting it there because that is technically the next step above partial function calls. Yo, what's up, Lude? Yo, what's up, Ranza? And so this is what the community is kind of voting on at the moment now. Like, whether or not we want the leaderboard split based on SRM or not, and how far we want SRM to go. So I personally voted that I don't want the leaderboards to be split based on SRM. I just feel it's going to make things way too complicated. And you're going to see a pretty massive skew as well. Like, there might be some people who are willing to run the SRM route for a category, and then not as many people running the no SRM route, you know? Like, it's just going to make things way too sieved. And I don't think that's handy, if anything. And then in terms of how far I think SRM should go in No Wrong Warp, All Dungeons, and Hundo, I said I would like level 2 SRM. And the reason I say that is because level 3 SRM is... Hang on, I'll show you guys an example of title file SRM. If you watch this run by Danny... This no ace run. So this no ace run, if title file SRM is going to be allowed in the no ace category, that's technically world record. But because of the nature of the route that Danny did, it's actually also world record for Vavagia as child RTA, all medallions, Ganonless. Yeah, those and no ace. So that one run is pretty much world record for 4 categories. So by doing title file SRM, we've effectively nuked like 3 categories. Because it kind of makes it pointless. If you're assuming the current rule set. So I voted to allow level 2 SRM, and if people want to do title file SRM, I said it should be its own category. Because I think tricks like this are really, really cool, and they should be done in the spirit of speedrunning. But I'm also, you know, I'm also worried that, like, you know, people have had concerns about categories all kind of looking the same from the, like, after a while. And I understand where they're coming from, so, you know, we'll see. The mods are gonna make the right call. I trust them. A little bit worried about that. Yeah, I've done any percent runs of Ace. They're not fun. I just did it just so I can be like, hey, I've done it, but it's really annoying to execute. It's really prone to crashing. And when it does crash, the debug dump these days doesn't really tell you what you did wrong. With older variants of any percent, the debug dump can tell you what went wrong. But with the current way of doing any percent, it doesn't tell you much. Hey, Mango, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Left. Yo, what's up, Poofa? Long time no see, man. Yeah, all dungeons has come a long way. Oh, nice, kid. Hell yeah. Glad to hear your hands aren't hurting anymore. Okay. That's pretty bog, Manga. I'm still too chicken. I have to ISG off the Poe. No, not really. We don't fight Ganondorf or Ganon, so it can't be all bosses. Oh, of course, Poofa. How's life been on your end? Oh, boy. It's still pretty sick regardless, Mango. Well done. I don't have the balls to do that. Yeah, there was a debate about that as well, Shadow. And it was determined that no. I can't remember the exact details of the discussion. Hey, Wims, what's up, buddy? And because it's not considered a dungeon by some definition that they used, it pretty much gave the green light for all dungeons to do a credits warp. Yeah, I think that's what they use, having a blue warp. Otherwise, if Ganon's castle was considered a dungeon, then we would have to do, like, Ganondorf or something. You mean that one to enter Deku Tree, Shadow? Oh shit. Life's been busy. I'm sorry to hear you have no time for runs anymore. Hopefully when things calm down, maybe? Are you looking after yourself during this whole COVID-19 fiasco? Were you doing damage before you do Deku Tree Hesting? The bomb for that Hess or something you were doing. Are you saying when I got Minuet or what I did to try enter Deku Tree? Because the health that I get clipped down just happens to be a result of like the actions I took beforehand. Yeah, put it in Discord. Yeah, I think that was the consensus. That was the consensus that people came to, FaZe. Hiya. Fucking fish trolled again. Well, we're plenty of time to save there now. But, yikes. We had a lot to save there. Fucking fish trolled. Yo, what's up, Puno? Set me free! Alright, because you're kind of subject to... We basically get a frog timer retro, and we have to do all of Jabu and Fire Temple with that during that frog timer. And the reason they're the same split is because if you play Jabu well, then when it comes to Fire Temple, you literally have to wait for the counter to go down until it hits a certain value before you do the last thing. Whereas if you play Jabu poorly, you can still do the thing you need to do in Fire Temple to get a credits warp, but you just won't have to wait as long. That's why they're the same split, because if you split them up, then depending on how well you played one or how poorly you played the other, it could really throw off like your sum of bests, like with your splits and whatnot. Low 5. Low 5 or a high 4 shadow, yeah. Yeah, so splitting them makes your sum of best a little bit inaccurate. Do what, Wims? You mean light the eyes with chews? Yeah, so all you do there is you target that wall, crouch stab twice, turn left, and then I pull a chew, and then as soon as it goes red, black, red, on the second black, I drop the chew, and then when it kind of is in like the up left of my vision, I just shield drop another one, and it blows up both of the eyes. In-game time. Yeah, it's weird how it's like that. But yeah, retro. That's why those two are one split. Because there are some runs where I've had like barely any time in Fire Temple, and there's some runs when I'm like legit just like standing there waiting and go, now we wait. Yeah, I had like, as soon as I finished the Vavagia fight, I had to quickly turn around, drop fish, pick up fish, and as soon as I picked up fish, it was 5 seconds, and I had to immediately backflip, and we got it. Oh my goodness. That was so stressful. It was so fucking stressful. Holy shit. No, I actually had plenty of time on the clock for that, Wims. I would have got to... If that run had gotten to Fire Temple, I probably would have had like 20 seconds to wait on the timer. Yeah, I guess so, Puno. Shit, this played pretty close to gold, despite having to do those extra pause buffers. We have lots of time to save on that split. Shame we lost so much time in Deku Tree. Not sketch. Okay. Rolled too early again. Shit, that's a little bit too over, hang on. Oop. Yeah, that's a type of spirit hover. Why fuck that sign? Paying homage to an old speedrunner called Paido. Bodo. Paido, when I first started speedrunning, Paido was legitimately untouchable at this game. Like, he was just an absolute machine. I think he was the first person to get a sub 210 MST, and he had a PB of like 208 something, and I swear that stood for legit 2 years, world record. No one could touch that time. It wasn't until Joden and Marco started doing MST that anyone came anywhere close. He was just an absolute monster at the game. Like, you watch some of his PBs now, and they still hold up, like, really strong. Probably one of his most impressive runs, in my opinion, was the old CAC any % route. His old world record of 1905, which at the time was bullshit crazy. And right at the end of the run, guys, I tell you what he said. He wasn't like... 1905 at the time for that route, and still is for that route, pretty insane. Do you know what he says? He doesn't even celebrate, he just goes, alright, I'll do another run. That's all he says. I'll check a save here. Ah, did I? Poo. Muscle memory shadow. Yeah, muscle memory hags. One. Two. Three. Whoa, okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it this time. hate that hover so fucking much. But I have to do it, fam. It's a 47-second time save. I didn't have a PS4 at the time, Wims, when OG Persona 5 came out. It never came out as a physical copy in Australia on PS3. So I just waited, and then by the time I got a PS4, I'm like, oh, Persona 5 Royal's coming around. We'll just wait for that. Oh my goodness, Mike with the massive raid. Thank you so, so much, dude. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec, Raiders. Ooh, there we go, okay. Welcome, Raiders, from Mike's stream. I'm MikamiHero, a fellow Aussie like Mike, and today we are running a category called All Dungeons, Ocarina of Time. Hope you guys had a good time in Mike's stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I just had to, sorry I ignored you guys there. I was just doing a really scary trick there that I had to focus a little bit. That trick that I did there, Nibiru cutscene skip, if anyone is wondering, it saves approximately 15 to 18 seconds, but if you fuck it up, depending on what category you're running, it could waste anywhere from 3 minutes to 6.5 minutes. So, if you're going for PB attempts, you may as well go for it, but if you're doing, like, anything that involves Nibiru for a marathon, don't do it. Aggie knows, every time I do a category involving Nibiru, I never go for Nibiru cutscene skip in a marathon. It's just way too risky for like 15 seconds. They generally make like a revamped version, Vibs, of the Persona games. Like Persona 3 had Persona 3 FES, Persona 4 had Persona 4 Golden, and now Persona 5 has Persona 5 Royal. It's just like OG game with like fixes and a bit of extra content. It's literally just to skip the cutscene, Mike, yeah. Oh, this is it. Wait, he's gonna fire. It's good. Yeah, it's like the Pokemon Emerald, or like the Pokemon Yellow to, oh shit. Like the Pokemon Yellow to Red and Blue. Oh, I almost missed that shield. But the reason Nibiru cutscene skip is so scary, guys, is because she clips all the Iron Knuckles in Ocarina of Time hit you for 4 hearts, and I've only got 3. Which is why I'm like scared every time I do it. And yes, if for anyone asks, I have killed runs on the Nibiru cutscene skip. Extra content whims, and they've fixed up a lot of things. At least from what I've heard compared to OG Persona. Like all the remakes of the old Persona games I played, like I played Persona 3, and its battle system was jank. Then I played Persona 3 Portable, which was the PSP version, and they kind of fixed the battle system such that you could control every character, for example. Persona 4 Golden added extra content, and also had some quality of life improvements, as Kitten said. That's not saying if you bought the original, you're not going to have a good time, but if you had the choice between the two, I would say definitely get Royal. And with Persona 3, it's hard. Persona 3 FES has extra content, but you're subject to the old jank battle system, where you can only control the protagonist, but you can't control your other party members directly, you just give them actions, you just give them orders. Persona 4 Golden... Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 are really similar. It's just that for New Game Plus, Persona 4 Golden is a bit more friendlier, and you have some extra content as well. Oh, jeez. Yo, Benj! What's up? Oh, fuck. I forgot Benj and Aggie both go through with this. Oh, there's just one time I gotta tell you guys in 1 sec. One time it was Aggie, Ven, and Lacrimo. Those three go hard. At one point, those three were never in my chat at the same time I got to this section. Then one run they were, all three of them. And they're all mods in my chat. You can imagine what happened. My chat just died. Yo, what's up, Benj? Hope you're doing well, man. Like, it was just chaos. Yeah, my computer started lagging. It was that fucking bad. Oh, another fat gold. Let's go, fam. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Shit, oh, we got so much more time to save on that split, fam. If I don't farm for those bombs, we will save way more time there. Shit, we can go for an... Holy crap. We can push for like a sub... Holy crap. SOB's almost 101. Ooh, hundo? And that, what we do there is pretty much just unloading that door. N64 can only hold so much in its mem that we just abuse it and just force it to unload that door. There are other ways to get in, but they're way more Dan's game. Oh, let's go, Benj. Any goal time in particular? Yeah, Retro. 2 runners have gotten 59 already. Danny and Sundari. I am nowhere near close. Let it be known, guys, your boy Mika had 3rd place for a little while, and then I got sniped by Tomato. But if all goes well, I'll chuck a safety save here. If all goes well, we might get 3rd place back. But it's a huge fucking gap, because Sundari and Danny both have sub 1, and they're 1st and 2nd, respectively. Yep. Yeah, Danny's going for a 58, but we all think he's gonna get a 57, like, real soon. Those two have just been pushing the category, like, crazy far. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can, fam. My SOB's getting pretty nice. I don't know how the hell we... My SOB's almost 101, fam. Let's go. Are you learning bass as well, Benj? Nice. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, nervous habit. When I'm on a good pace to a run, I tend to fidget with the cube a lot more in between like cutscenes and stuff. Surely drawing bow wouldn't push me out of position, right? Bigger on slashes I know work. I've tested it. Let go of up as you fall. Each of the number of hearts have a different setup for it. A few extra pauses there, but nothing too drastic. Oops. Yeah, I just muck around with it in between, like, cutscenes and stuff. Alright, this is looking okay. Let's just keep it up, Let's go. Let's go. This is good. And hopefully, this time we're not going to run out of chews. We had a run, fam. I do whims, believe it or not. I do remember Corpse Party 233. It's been like a couple of years, but... We had a run, guys, 2 days ago. I was minus 3 minutes going into Fire Temple, and I ran out of chews, and I couldn't clip through the fucking door. Oh, hey, man, what's up? Yeah, I remember that username. Yonks ago. At least a couple of years, I'd say. I think the first time you popped in was during one of my morning streams from like way back. This is probably, I'm thinking, when I was still living at home. Like at my parents' place. 2, 3, 4. It was such a sad end to the run. But like I said, those type of runs, as much as they kind of hurt not to pull through, they give you a ton of they give you a massive confidence boost. They give you like, oh, okay, I know I can do this now. Okay, now that I've stored that, I can switch my equips. Whoops. Everything. Oh my goodness. Shadow was here. That cost me. I was oh my gosh. So the reason I flicked right there and mashed hookshot is because ISG is stored in Link's left shoulder. So by flicking right, it digs Link's left shoulder into Phantom Ganon and locks him. It does, Retro. So I stored a jump slash and switched back to Master Sword. The reason I want to switch back to Master Sword, so I did a power crouch stab with the Biggoron sword, and that stored, sorry, I did a jump slash with the Biggoron sword, and then after that, it was just power crouch stabs that store the Biggoron sword damage. But the reason I, one sec. But the reason I switched to Master Sword is because it works better for me as a visual cue of when to press B for this wrong warp. Or rather, cutscene skip. It just gives me a much better visual cue when I have Master Sword. That. Nice. Yeah, getting Ocarina items is slightly different with Biggoron Sword as well. Master Sword, when you press B, comes out instantly. Biggoron Sword, you tap B once, Link draws it. And just that little action of drawing It can really throw off your timing, trust me. I have fucked up runs because of it. No, I got it when I moved to Sydney, Wims. I don't think with my stream setup at home I could fit it, because behind me at home, back at my parents' place, is just a window. Oh, really, Benj? Love it. I got this Blue Yeti, I think almost 4 years ago now, Wims. I can check when I ordered it, and it was like the first big Strim upgrade I got. And it's been like MVP for audio for me ever since. I know you can do like this crazy thing for like XLR mics and stuff, but this works well for me. It's just easy to set up, plug and play. Like, I have nothing against people that have, like, all those crazy mixes and stuff. I think it looks sick, but at least for my purposes, yeah, plug and play is the best solution. But my mate, who used to run our FGC back in Wollongong, he was selling a lot of the old FGC equipment, and he was selling this Blue Yeti Nano, which is, like, just a little bit smaller. Doesn't have all this crazy settings at the back. It's literally just volume and, like, gain and volume and mute. You're selling it for like $100. I was like, sure. So now I have a mic back at home if I ever want to stream. I've got like my CRT back at home. I've got a Wii set up. I've got a capture card, like an old GV USB 2. At home, I can literally just start streaming whenever I want. It's so good. Yo! Your boy Wims with the 4-month sub. Dude, thank you so much, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Corona Cave. You may enjoy your bat, but for the sake of not spreading COVID-19, just don't eat it. Corona time. Yeah. I just urge everyone that gets a bat in my stream, just don't eat it. Or as Aggie says, yeet it. You can yeet it somewhere. Just don't eat, please. I don't know, yeah. That's a friend, not food, fam. But thank you, Wims, for the 4 months. Appreciate it, sir. Alrighty, fam, let's go. I need to take some damage. So I think in PB, I took that damage before I finished off Morpher. But because of the pace I was on, I didn't want to take that risk. I was like, screw it. This OI setup is so good. It's got a 3-frame window for holding up, and it's the exact same adjustment on all 3 frames. You just right target and bomb, and just keep walking. Yeah, this is where shit gets real. Alright. This is where things can get really, really, really scary. I'm playing on a frog timer. But at this time I have enough chews, I think, so I think we should be fine. I hope. Oops. That was a waste of a Hess. Oh my gosh, Wims. At least, nah, we did SRM differently this time, Wims. Like an earlier section of the game, we got some extra chews. We did like 1 extra step to get 5 extra chews. I did this equip too early. That's fine. Nah, it's 3 minutes, man. I also got to equip bombs. I may as well just do that now. Sloppy, but I'll take it. It's part of the trade quest, Viblio, in a casual playthrough. To get the bigger on sword. Hey, Lumi. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for the GL. Alright, let's see. Yep. And I also need Deku Nuts. That was a bit of a sloppy equip, but I think that's fine. Wait, I need Boomerang again. Crap. I don't know why I unequipped it, but that's fine. I can adjust. Hey, T-Man. Thanks for the good luck, buddy. Alright, so this is a bit of a sloppy section because of my equips being a little bit poor. But it should be fine. Okay, let me just fix this up quickly. Thanks, fam. Ah, you're too kind, Wims. Okay, so... The reason I pull the bomb is because I want to take some damage here. I could use a chew, but I don't want to waste a chew. A little bit too close for comfort with the health, but it's okay. The reason why I took damage, when I was trying to clip through the door is it means I didn't drop Chew on the exact first frame. You shield drop Chew on the exact first frame, it'll go to the side and clip you through the door. Not over yet, it's not over yet. Now we wait. We backflip on low 5 or a high 4. And we just gotta keep mashing B. I can't stop mashing B. Just go. Otherwise, the credit swap doesn't work. Because you gotta quick mash this text. You jump slash out, and you gotta just quickly mash this text too. Yes! We did it! Hell yeah! Let's go. Oh, we clutched it. Let's go, fam. Holy shit. Sub 105 is done. And we got a 103 to boot as well. Holy crap, what a run. Whew! Like I said, that Jabu section was actually really sloppy because of equips, but I'll take it, fam. I'm putting all dungeons down for a bit. This is it. I'm done. The sub 10, the 104 was never seen. I am done with all dungeons for a bit. I'll probably keep running it from time to time. Ah, thanks, Jim. Thanks, guys. Uno, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Shadow, Daya, Jim, Puno, Nick, Kin, Bodo, Vibs, Shadow, Nick, Retro, Aggie. Thank you so much, guys. Holy crap. I'm legit done with all dungeons for a bit, guys. Thanks, Insta. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad it's done. We had a run. Pretty much, Nick. It's like tonight was meant to be. Thanks, Drav. It's like tonight it was meant to be, because guess what, Nick? It's 2 hours on the dot. Yeah, Lumi. Oh my goodness. Photo with the gift, dude. Aw, thank you, Bodo. Hey, Vibs, welcome, man. Enjoy your bat and your emotes. No, I never played the Metroid Prime trilogy, believe it or not, Jim. I've got the Metroid Prime trilogy on Wii. We should play that sometime, I reckon. What the hell, Kin? Oh my goodness. Kin, why? That's too kind of you. Holy shit. Kin gifted 5 subs. FaZe, Majora, Luna, Kingdom, and Jim. Damn. Thank you so much, Ken. Really appreciate that, sir. Welcome all of you lovely peeps. Enjoy your bat and your emotes. You guys are way too kind to me. I am actually so glad that's done, because 2 nights ago, guys, we had a run that was on a similar pace. We were actually saving 3 minutes going into Jabu. But it's like, then I had no choose, so I'll take that, honestly. Holy crap, fam. I'm so glad that's done. And I'm glad we got to watch the credits for that. So you wanted the 106. No, I wanted the sub 105, Nick. When I started running all dungeons, like... Oh, when did we start running all dungeons, actually? I don't even know when. Let me just snapshot these splits first. 103.47 AD. Let me check. When did I start running all dungeons? Or rather, when was my first PB? Let me check. My first all dungeons PB, guys? 3 weeks ago. But having said that, I think we spent a solid week learning all dungeons. It was either a solid week or a solid 2 weeks or a week and a half. Like, we sat down, we learned each split properly, we ironed out tricks. I didn't rush anything. Some of you who've been in my stream for a while now will know I tend to rush learning stuff, and it kind of bites me in the ass later. But we didn't do that with all dungeons. We went through every section as carefully as we could, and we just practiced and practiced and practiced. And we spent that week pretty much just practicing, learning and practicing. I spent like a whole week just doing that. Even though I'd learned the route within like a day, I was like, no, let's keep practicing, keep practicing. I think it kind of paid off, because in like less than a month, I hit the goal time I want. Yeah, I reckon when I want to come back to it, Aggie, I probably will try go for a 101. Maybe just clean up a few splits. I think that's 3rd place as well, fam. Let me check. Hey, the dual improvement, Shadow. What's the next category? It's not feels bad, man. I think the next category I want to move on to, guys. I'm feeling glitchless, actually. No. What I'll do, I need to wait, because I submitted a category for Australian Speedrun Marathon, and that is going to be happening within that's going to be announced within like the next 3 days. So I want to see if A, I get a run in, and B, what category it is, because that'll help me plan what category I do next going forward. But it's going to be a toss-up between glitchless and MST. I'm thinking MST, because we can take some of the stuff we did in all dungeons and apply it over. Not quite, but you know, some things. I'm thinking maybe MST, because I have a long-term goal with MST of trying to get the sub 2. Oh no, that's not 3rd place, guys. Tomato has a 102.56. I'm still 4th place, but now the margin is now 59.12, 59.25. Hang on, let me show you guys.